Hello. Let's see who we can get on here, shall we? Who's in? So I've titled this one. Let me know if you can hear me all right, by the way, guys. I've titled this one, "What does uphill battle mean?" A few of you, I'll just wait for a few more to come on. A few of you might, or have already heard this, might know the meaning. Who have we got? It doesn't tell me who's in, just says a number and an I to say you're watching. So hi, give us a wave. Hope you don't mind, guys, I'm multitasking. Who have we got? Give us a little wave. Hi, Lydia. So, like I say, I've titled this one, "What does uphill battle mean?" The question is, what does it mean to you? What are your main struggles? Some of you will know the story behind what made me become a PT, but for those of you that don't, I'll probably go over a bit of it. But what sort of struggles have you faced? I want to hear it. I want to see what you guys have been struggling with, maybe even not just lately, but in general in life. We all have our own battles. The uphill battle thing, literally, I came up with it when I was on the way home. So the last time I left the army base, on the way home, I've still got, I've seen, some of you might have seen it, I posted it up because I came across it in my notes. It had the date, it was like 2015. And yeah, that's when I came up with the name Uphill Battle Fitness. And then, to be honest, at the first, it wasn't even a fitness thing. It was just like a motivational page, and like an Instagram. And I've reset it a couple of times, like the Instagram. Reset it a couple of times. I think the most I got up to was about 4,000 followers. Not that really bothers. I don't really mind about followers and stuff. It's not really what I'm. You only need 3 or 4, 10 really good paying clients, and you're sorted anyway. So, thousands of people. If they're all paying you, then awesome. But they're not. So, yeah, and that basically, I was feeling pretty shit, pretty down, and on my way home for the last time. And feeling a bit rubbish, trying to cheer myself up. It's like, right, I need to be productive. What can I do to be productive? And I was just on my notes on my phone. I was just because I remember, because it was an iPhone. I was just going over, what can I do? What possible ventures, like, because I'd just been medically discharged. I didn't have a job to go to. I had nothing in my near future. So and I was injured at this point. I was feeling rubbish as it was. That's just how things go, really. So I'd like to know what your struggles are, because that's where the uphill battle thing came from. Just tended to be, as soon as you're getting somewhere with my, for me it was my health and my fitness. As soon as I was just getting back up, peak of my fitness, literally the peak of fitness, I was as fit as I ever was while being like in the army and stuff. So getting up there and then getting injured, going down again, and that's where the mountain idea came from. And the constant injuries, and this is just me. I'm not saying you're going to get injured if you start working out and stuff, but because I pushed myself and pushed like beyond reasonable sort of limits, for those of you who don't know, I joined the army into training in 2012. Remembrance Day 2012, and then got injured, left about August, had to come out, I'd done my back, took me over a year to get, like 18 months, to get back in the army, literally applied straight away again. I had to re-enlist. And then February 2015, day after Valentine's Day, I think it was, finally got back in. So I'd built up, and I'd faced these like adversity like again and again and again and again. And at that point I was like, right, I'm going to be the fastest runner I can, at least in my section. I was the second fastest in the troop, fastest in my room, like in my section, out of 12 blokes, and then second fastest out of those like 50 of us. And so I wanted to like smash everything, absolutely smash it, if that makes sense. Absolutely murdering fitness. And what's funny is, what's really ironic is, if I'd have taken it, not saying if I'd have coasted it, but if I'd have not pushed myself so much, I'd probably still be in. I wouldn't have got injured. But it's a very different sort of mentality. Very much a alpha male kind of. I felt because I was one of the older ones, I thought I had to stand out. And like when I rejoined, I had to go back through training, and I went to Pirbright, which is in Surrey. And I was like, I can't remember who brought it up, but they were like, oh, Salustro, I think it was my section commander. He was like, oh, Salustro, you've been to Catterick, you should be good at this, like we're on the ranges and stuff like that. And obviously I'd had previous experience. Some of the people did, we had a territorial army bloke in there that had already been to Afghan that had rejoined as a regular. So, and there was people in there that had been, in various different things. So people had the previous experience, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't just he's been in training before, he should be really good. I didn't want it just to be a letdown, if that makes sense. So I absolutely thrashed myself, and I was kind of the dad at that point. I don't know if any of you see this that were in the troop with me, but hi guys. I was kind of like the dad of the platoon, one of the oldest, and some of the younger kids, because when I first joined, I was 22 when I first joined. That's still old. Like, that still wasn't old, but people joining at 17, 18, I was still had some life experience at that point. So when I rejoined and I was I 25? I was like one of the oldest ones. I think the oldest bloke in the troop was 27 or 28. So I was almost not a father figure, but some of the younger guys, when they were struggling with stuff like homesickness and stuff, I'd already been there. I'd known that sort of feeling. So I knew, I stopped two of them, like discharging. There's a thing where if you don't like it and you don't, not that you can't hack it, but you don't like being there, there's a thing called discharge, DAOR, discharge as of right, I think. So these kids, they've never been away from home before, some of them not been in a job before, and they were like, "Oh, I miss parents. I want to go home." I stopped two of them from leaving, which I'm still quite proud about. I don't know if they're still in, actually. I think one of them left, but again, so pretty much all of them that I've joined with have left by now because they hated it. But so having to try and be this, not only just a good recruit, but a really good recruit to make up for, the other things that I was doing. I had to try and be, like I say, the one that I looked up to a bit. So, giving out people, dedicating their different jobs and stuff that we were doing. It's rough, really. It's rough. And again, things like that. So anyway, basically, I got injured again. My old injury came back with a vengeance because I kept pushing and kept pushing and kept pushing. And basically, it's been up and down, my fitness levels, health. I've been injured, non-injured, all that, and that's where the uphill battle thing came from. And then what made it even more, I don't want to say ironic. Again, I won't bore you all with it, but I was in a 3 years. Oh, sorry. 2013 is when I first hurt my back. 2015, rejoined the army, and then at the beginning of sort of that year, so what was it, May? It came back and it hurt again. Then November 2016. So basically, I'd got all of my fitness, well, not all of it. I was smashing out the insanity workouts every day and all that sort of stuff. I got back to my peak level of fitness. So we're talking 2016, getting back on it, and 15th of November 2016. How do I put this to those of you that haven't bored with already? Driving down the dual carriageway, car in front of me with P plates on. I was reasonable distance, at least 3-4 seconds away. Can't even remember. It was a dry day. Coach pulled in front of her. She's quite a new driver, and she just bricked it. Put her anchors on. Went 60 to 0 very quickly. Because I was in a caddy van, so I was only going 60. 60, 50. Oh, I don't even remember. I don't know why it went so fast. But went from that to 0, basically. Went straight to the back of her. And if I'm honest, I'm just thankful I didn't kill her, because the state of the car and the state of my van, and I had to get cut out of it, out of the van, and pretty much shut down the road. I think I don't remember the actual count. It says, if you look on the Chronicle, it says there was like 4 ambulances, 3 fire engines, police cars, an air ambulance. And basically what happened was the impact, and I had a van full of heavy stuff, like there was wood in there was all sorts of stuff. I was doing carpentry and shop fitting stuff at this point, along with dabbling with different bits and making bits out of wood. All of that weight had gone into the back of me as well, and it set off some nerve thing in my back, because I always had like the sciatic nerve. I had sciatic nerve damage from my initial injury, and what that did was it cut off the feeling from the waist down, not for long, temporarily, cut off that feeling, and literally I just remember literally bawling my eyes out. I'm not afraid to say I don't give a fuck if you laugh or what, but literally I'm there, I'm stabbing myself in the leg. Like I can actually show you, I've got another caddy now, so I can show you the same sort of key. But, so one of these flip style keys, I was literally jamming that. I've still got a cut on like a scar on my leg from where I was jamming that into my leg to try and get feeling. And I'm just bawling my eyes out. I'm on the phone to my boss at the time, of the shop fitting place, and for some stupid reason, I was telling him, I'm going to be a bit late, I'll be there soon, All I was focused on, I was trying to distract myself, but all I could come out with was, I was more worried about being late for work. Crazy, but, amazing work by everyone that turned up and helped out, and my partner at the time, always be thankful for that. Dropping everything, coming to see, and got air ambulance to Coventry, spinal unit. Took 13 minutes in the chopper. That's when I always joke about, I've done these questions before, these quizzes before, and I've been like, which is true to one lie, I got a free ride in a helicopter and that sort of thing. Got there, obviously they cut all my clothes off at this point. It's mid-November, it's freezing. If I'm honest, I don't even know if I, had wet myself. I'd lost all feeling. I can't even remember if I may have wet myself. I don't even know. But all my clothes were cut off me. I was on the morphine, all that sort of stuff. I was literally, I don't know why I'm confessing this to you guys. Literally, worst day of my life, anyway. But that was the point. Because I couldn't, what I was doing job-wise at that time, I was doing shop fitting. So basically what that is making things out of wood. Like if you went into a Starbucks or some sort of cafe place, we'd be making the walls, the counter, all of the unit, like a big sort of commercial kitchen sort of stuff. So we'd be making these big heavy units out of wood, Corian, granite, all this sort of stuff. And we'd be making heavy bits of wood into heavier units and stuff. And I'd be driving them down on site, making them, and then we'd be driving them to London, miles away, whatever. And if my back had gone lifting one of these units when I'm 100, 200 miles away, I'd have been screwed. So, and literally I couldn't walk properly, I couldn't do anything, so I had to give up that job. I loved doing that job. I don't know if Kev, my old boss, or anyone will actually see this, but yeah, so I loved doing that, absolutely loved it. But it was the car crash that finally made me pull my finger out. It was that I don't want to bleat on about the same stuff, and I continuously say, don't live in the past and stuff, but sometimes we need that physical push. Otherwise, you're just sitting there, you're not going to actually fucking do it. Like, I'd been thinking about the PT thing since 2024. If I'm honest, if I'm brutally honest, summer, what was it, August, September, about September 2013, I'd started looking at courses for PT thing. So the thought was there, I thought, just in case I can't go back in the army, let's look at these different things. I was looking at the police, PT and that sort of stuff back in, say, later half of 2013. So, and 2015, it was then more apparent again. I was like, right, maybe I could do something with this. But I didn't actually move on those. I didn't move on that until I was in a car crash. I did nothing with that, those ideas, those thoughts. I remember reading a book about, I can't remember the poet's name. I read a book about a poet, and basically they died, and when the family went to search their house, and what they found was all these unfinished pieces of work and art, and they'd never got finished, and again, like that World War One audio book I'd not long finished, had so many famous poets and artists, and the rugby players like the Edgar Mobbs lot and all that sort of stuff that died because of that, and it's just unfinished business, and the talent's gone, because they died. What have happened? What if they actually lived, and what would, and that was really this car crash was really the turning point, because I thought I was going to die. If I'm not brutally honest, that was really the turning point. I was like, fuck, I literally, could not have made that out of there. And even if at this point, when I was thinking about this, I didn't think I was going to stand up again. So I was like, fuck, I'm just grateful to be, to be here. But what if I'd never done that? What if I'd never achieved those things I wanted to achieve? So that's really what pushed me to finally doing the PT thing. With as much help as I could get from people and stuff like that. It was just unfinished, like I said, unfinished business, goals, unfulfilled goals and stuff like that. And that's really where the Uphill Battle name and ethos comes from. It's yes, you may do great, you may struggle, you may, peaks and troughs, and there's nothing linear about progress or success, and it always makes me laugh when I look at the platform that I use for my PT clients is called True Coach. And what that does is it gives you graphs on if you put your measurements in there, for instance, like your weight, whatever, you put that in there. It always makes me laugh because the readings will go like this sometimes, go down, and they've lost a bit of weight, and then gained a bit, and then January, December, and that is literally a mountain range. That's what makes me laugh, because it's so current and so so sort of on point. But yeah, so anyway, getting to the point, let me know what you guys have struggled with in the past. Let's get some real fucking involvement here. Give us a like, give us a share of this video as well. Hopefully rambled on too much, but right. Amy struggles with confidence. I was in school because I was left out of my friends. They saw me differently. battling my confidence. No, Amy, I don't know if you're still watching. I was rambling on a bit. That's mega. Again, it's not nice to be been left out by your friends at college and school. Again, that horrendous. I think we've all been there. Lydia, I remember it being shut down. Tough stuff. I remember the dual carriageway. Do you mean? So literally by Mearway Tesco's, if you're from Northampton, at rush hour. I didn't say that, did I? I was on the way to work. It was rush hour. Sorry about that, everyone. I made a few hundred people late, probably. God knows, even more, maybe. Even made the Chronicle paper. Can't, like the local. Ridiculous. Couldn't believe it. And they put it in there as like local army man. Thanks. I did thank them, yeah. I didn't really class myself as an army man. I wasn't in it that long to, do you know what I mean? But hey, one of those things. But again, guys, if you're watching this on like playback or whatever, I want to know. I was battling my condition at the same time, battling the seizures, which affects my confidence. Yeah, of course, that's going to massively affect stuff. Definitely. That's horrendous. Bless you. If anyone's watching this on playback and you're not one of the 10 or so people that are on it live, I want to see some comments. I want to see some real life times where, don't worry, if you really want, you can inbox me it. If you don't want everyone to see it, I want to see some real times, like open up about it. Okay, I want to see some real hard struggles that you've overcome. That adversity, that's the main thing, because we all get a bit lost along the way and stuff, goal-wise and stuff like that. God knows I had the last sort of few weeks, I say that, like pretty much December, I felt so, maybe I was just exhausted from it all, I don't know, but like overworking, I don't know, but just miserable the last 6 weeks or so. I don't know. I tend to be around this time of year. I don't mind saying it. Struggling with certain things, family stuff and things like that. But sometimes we lose sight of the main goal, if that makes sense. What's really funny is apparently today is Blue Monday, which is a load of shit because, yes, you may be feeling blue. It's the reason that created that, and from what I believe, it's the holiday industry that created it because it's the furthest possible time from any sort of celebration. It's like one of the, like Christmas is gone, New Year's gone. It's a whole year till that comes around again. And yes, you have people's birthdays, but there's not really much going on. Summer feels like ages away, so you're feeling like shit because there's nothing to look forward to. So people book holidays. And that's where the Blue Monday thing comes from. But it's funny because the Blue Monday today is probably the most positive I've felt in ages. Like last Friday, I was working myself into the fucking grave. I was shattered, and I didn't do a live on here. I apologise if, those of you that messaged me asking if I was okay. Yeah, I'm fine. Honestly, I was fine. I was just so shattered. And being in a house with like no boiler and stuff and just drained. It's also Winnie the Pooh National Day, so I'd rather go with that. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh wore a crop top at Honey and boogied around, so yeah. Do what you like. But yeah, I am going to go over to Instagram. I've done a good half an hour on here, but honestly, give this a like, give this a share. If there's someone that you feel would benefit from watching this, as with any of my videos, That's how we get more people engaged, more people on here. I can start helping more people, even if it's just talking to them. They might not talk to anyone that needs uplift, and might have been uplifted or, do you know what I mean, inspired for a long time. They might be stuck in their rut. God knows, and I'll speak about this on Instagram, so I've got some more bits to talk about, but we all need someone. So if you feel like this is going to help you or someone else, by all means, share it, like it, send it to them in a messenger. Whatever you think, or if anything, I don't mind. But let me know if any of you need a hand with stuff, because, like I say, it's a difficult time for a lot of people. Right, well, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to go over to Instagram. If you're coming over there, I'll see you over there. Thanks, everyone. By the way, let's have a great week. I'll see you all soon.